Hello and happy Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day 2026. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Daphne Berry. I'm an artist out of San Francisco, California. And I love sharing art, color, materials, process. I take requests as I'm able to fulfill them. And today I am actually I had unboxed a large order from Jackson's, and I had topped up my Jackman's watercolor supply that I had purchased. And I ended up with 36 more colors. And then I also received a few, let's see, I think I swatched these. These were for the Rosa Gallery watercolors that I ordered. I think I did those already. I was just missing doing the Jackman's, and I might have missed doing, because I think I got this yellow ochre gouache late. And then I have this Bork's Parrot Pink I can swatch as well. But I have 36 new colors. Some of them might be duplicates. I have purchased other Jackmans recently because they're really beautiful. I'm trying to find them. They're very beautiful watercolors. I need to grab the box with them. And some of my favorites are going to be in here, but I'm not going to re-swatch those right now. So we'll see what I got. And I have a little bit of daylight left in the day and an empty house for now. So I'm happy to join you, and hopefully we can get this done before the sun goes down. So let's start. I think they do have pigments. I'm going to call out the pigments. I won't write all them. I will write them down later. I'm trying to see how to get through this video as quickly as possible, because there's a lot of colors to swatch, and I've cut out different sheets so that I don't have to hopefully have enough room for all of them on here. Okay, let's start with lavender. And this lavender is a PW6, PB29, and a PV15. With all of the light fast ratings on these Jackman watercolors, they call permanence, and they put down a AAA. And this is a semi-opaque color. So this is lavender. This is opaque and mass tone. Spread it out. And I'll do a water test. I got paint on my hand. Okay. So I'm going to call out the pigments and just write out the names. In the spirit of time, lavender. All right, the next color I'm going to swatch is Cobalt Blue, which is pigment PB 72, PB 72. I feel like I'm going to be calling out bingo. Look at your bingo cards, everybody. We're doing blackout. That's what we're doing right now. Okay. I don't know if in other countries they play bingo, but they play bingo here, especially in the senior centers, and they play bingo. I don't play bingo, but I've played bingo, especially as a child. One time in Colorado, I was visiting Grand Lake, and in the town on Friday nights, they would have like a community bingo outside in the square. And I actually won. I won the blackout that first time. It was like my first time playing a big bingo game like that, and I won. It was really funny. Yeah, I think I won like $50 or something, $50 or $100. It's kind of cool. So this is cobalt blue. And it's PB 72. Man, I'm getting this stuff all over my fingers. Okay. Let's see if I can do it this way. No. All right, that is cobalt blue. And I'm going to swatch darkest green next. These are kind of colors that I didn't order the first time around, so they might not have been my first choice, but they're things I felt I really wanted to add to my collection. Been collecting paints almost like I'm collecting, trading cards or something. I do use them. I can't use them all. Eventually, I'll have to figure that out. Maybe offer them up for sale or something. Well, not all of them. The things that I'm not using a lot of. It's hard to let go because you're like, well, I like them. I bought them. I thought I would use them. Okay. But there's just too much. I've been bringing in way too much, especially since I started this channel. Trying to, and then I don't know, it's just so easy to just see something online and say, oh, I really want that. It's just a bad habit. So I have a few more things coming that are kind of exciting. I've been looking at for a long time, so it was like I finally bit the bullet and ordered the A Gallo Mid-Century Modern. I was really intrigued by that palette. I know it's a little more opaque than their other colors and their other paints, but I just thought that they looked really nice, and that I could maybe make some cool art with it. So that should be coming. And then I hadn't been ordering from Deep Deep Light for quite a while. The last thing, I did order a small palette of theirs recently, not too long ago. And I can't remember which one it was. But it was a nice palette. I gotta remember, it had like velvet or something in it. But anyway, they came out with a few new colors. Lily Moon and Natasha Newton came out with, worked with Deep Light to create some their own palettes, and I don't need all the palettes because I have I would say I own almost every color that Deep Light has ever produced, minus maybe a couple that I just didn't feel I needed, but like I could count them maybe on one hand that I don't have. But they added a few colors, so I went in and added those and a couple of my favorites to add to that. So I'll be getting a Deep Light order in. Small. I think I only ordered like 8 or 10 paints from that order. They're beautiful paints, but they are expensive. But they do, for the US, you don't pay the tariffs or customs. It's all rolled in. So they do ship to us, and it works out just wonderfully. I'm so glad when they were able to figure that out for us. So, French Ultramarine Deep. This is French Ultramarine Deep. And this is PB29. I think I'll do this. All right. And the next color is Petal Shadow. And what I'll do is I'll do it here to save some room. Petal Shadow. And Petal Shadow is PY3, PB35, and PR122. I believe this must be a granulating color. I see, this looks gray, but I see some pink and blue undertone in here. Do the water test down here. I'll just take from here. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. And that's Petal Shadow. Oh, I forgot to put, this was darkest green. Petal Shadow. French Ultra Marine Deep. Okay. And the next one is just French Ultramarine. They're regular French Ultramarine. I don't know when you all celebrate or if you celebrate Mother's Day, but mine's been very quiet. One daughter is in Denver. I'll be seeing her in a few weeks. And my other daughter had to work all day today. So it is not a very eventful day for me. And to me, my philosophy is every day is Mother's Day for me. Every day I'm a mother. Every day I feel either appreciated or not appreciated, depending on the day and the mood I'm in. Like I would imagine most mothers do from time to time. But I am so happy I was lucky enough to be a mother to two beautiful daughters. that I love very much, and we will celebrate on every day. We should celebrate each other every day. It's not just on Mother's Day or on birthdays, but I do like celebrations. But Mother's Day for me is a greeting card holiday, and it's when it's the last day of the year. I mean, there is no way I want to even get close to a restaurant on Mother's Day unless I have to, because everything's packed. Obviously, the servers are really busy. The kitchen's going to be backed up. The line's going to be long. I just, why in the world would I want to go to a restaurant on Mother's Day? I would rather just order in or something, or they could cook for me, but nobody's home to cook for me. I'm going to make something for myself later. I'm spending Mother's Day with you guys. That's even better. How's that? Okay. And French ultramarine. I actually found this one to be deeper than this one. That's interesting. I wonder if I just didn't put enough paint down. Interesting. But I actually prefer this regular French ultramarine. I mean, it just looks more pigmented to me. All right, so the next one is Prussian blue. And Prussian blue pigment is PB27. Oh, that's pretty. I don't use enough Prussian blue. I used to. It's a very dominant color in a painting. But it's a lovely blue. And here we are. Yeah, that's really nice. I hope you can see this. It's so pretty. My problem with the way the camera is, I'm short. I'm only about 5'2". Used to be I think I used to be about 5'3", but I've shrunk, sadly. So I'm 5'2". And when I stand up to look to see how the camera is filming down below, I can't see a thing because I would have to get up kind of on a step stool, and I don't have one handy at the moment, so I don't know what your view is exactly. I end up kind of getting surprised once I start editing the videos at the end. Most of the time it works out okay, I think, but just add a little more water to my brush. Prussian blue, I like that. Oh, but I love the granulation in this French ultramarine. It's beautiful. I'm going to do another French ultramarine comparison because since I did my last one and I thought I had so many, I've collected more. I have more Payne's Grays. I have more ultramarine blues. And I might have, and I did one with Potter's Pink. I might have a couple extra Potter's Pink, but I definitely am going to redo my ultramarine blue and probably Payne's Gray down a little bit later on so that I can compare the new ones that I have. And then if you can think of another color you'd like me to do a large comparison video on, it would have to be obviously like a pretty basic color that you'd have in most palettes. because then I can compare between brands all those pigments and those colors. So this is Prussian blue. I think I could put a poll. I don't know how to do that on YouTube. Put up a poll and have people vote on some colors. That might be fun. Prussian blue. And the next one is Cobalt Blue Pale. I'm actually glad I only got the little ones because I have just so much paint and I'm working in other media too. I'm not just working in watercolor. I think if I run out of something, I can just order another small one. I mean, they are eventually, I'm sure, going to sell the, you can get the big ones on the Jackman's website, but their shipping and everything for the US is not the same as if I'm getting it through Jackson's or Blick. Blick carries Jackman's now. So that's really, I was surprised that was happening. So this is Cobalt Blue Pale. And it's okay. It's not stunning to me, but it's just seeming a little bit blah. But we'll see what it looks like when it dries. Oops. It's so pale. Well, I see granulation, so that'll be nice when it dries. Okay. And sorry, this is PB28. And Marigold, I think I've swatched that for you before, but I'll do it again. I don't know, maybe I haven't. I don't know if I have this color before. It's quite an orangey color. Looks like a marigold. Here marigolds grow, you know, mostly in like the fall, late summer and fall. Beautiful. They're long-lasting plants. Very pretty. Easy to grow in your garden. And what you can do each season, what I used to do, was the little pods, when it would dry out, I would just pull them out, and then you can stick them back into the earth. And then in Colorado, of course, the winter, you know, it gets snowy, and then it would come back if I stick the seeds into the dirt. Yeah. I guess unless it was like a super freeze. I don't know. They always seem to come back, though. Most of the time, yeah. So I would get the seeds, you know, the little things, I'd pull them, and then I would, with my fingers, stuff them into the dirt. I did the same thing with my beautiful giant poppies. I had giant oriental poppies in the front yard. And those seed pods, I would dry them and keep them in a little Ziploc bag, and then plant them into the earth, and that's how I would end up with more and more poppies every year. I really want to grow some more of those giant poppies. They're so beautiful. We have the California poppies here. They're very popular. Poppies, popular. But I haven't seen a lot of those giant poppies. I don't know if they're more common in colder weather. I don't know. I think I could get them. This is, I'm trying to figure out what, let's do cerulean blue here. Cerulean blue. That's a really pretty cerulean. It's really, it almost has like a teal look to it. It's really pretty. These swatches are not quite as large as the crazy big ones I usually do, because I just have so many to swatch today. I just, you know, don't want to take up too much room on the paper. And, oh, this is just coming out. I'm going to stick it right there. It's such a pretty cerulean. And the pigment for the cerulean blue is PB36. And I forgot to call out marigold. Marigold is PY3 and PO13. PY3 and PO13. Bingo. Marigold, PY3 and PO13. And this is cerulean blue. And I forgot, I'm not going to write all the pigments down. So I'm going to set this to the side to dry and get started on the next sheet. I removed the canvas. It was ugly, but it was, obviously this table is functional. It's for my art. And even though it's kind of like a breakfast table, it is a breakfast table, but nobody uses it to eat breakfast on anymore, because I have completely commandeered the breakfast room. I've taken it over. And, oh well. Especially this half of the table. I'm just using it to do my art. So, let's see. The next color we'll do is cobalt teal, and that is PB28. Cobalt teal. That's pretty. That's very similar to Winsor Newton's, I think, and to, what is the other one? I have Cobalt Teal Light. I think it's Cobalt Teal Light from Winsor Newton I really like, and Winsor Newton, and what's the other one? There's another brand that has that same pigment, but this is just Cobalt Teal. It didn't say light. But it looks pretty light. And this is pigment PB28. And that makes sense. Okay, because the cerulean blue I thought looked like a teal. And it's, oh no, it's PB36. Never mind. Set some water down. If you are watching and you have not subscribed already, please, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. It will help me to grow my channel. It helps me to eventually be able to have my videos hyped, you know, and grow. I would like to grow my channel because I'm actually spending quite a bit of time every week on this content. And if you appreciate the content, either hit a thumbs up or add notifications so that you know when I'm posting next. Or you could absolutely go a step further and share my videos, maybe to your social media or to other artists that you know that might enjoy what I do. I just basically, it's almost like a vlog, an art vlog. I talk, it's my musings. I share different art materials. I talk sometimes about books. Sometimes I talk about just life things and politics and you name it. So if that is something that you enjoy, I would really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Enough of the the promotion. I don't like doing it. I forget sometimes, but I know all the content creators, they have to do that, or it's going to take years to grow my channel. I'd be happy if I could just get to like 1,000, right? 1,000 subscribers. First step is to get to 500, because then I guess your videos, people can hype your videos if they want. Yeah. Anyway, this is called Summer Clouds, and this is PB74, PY19, no, sorry, PB74, PB as in boy, 74, PV as in Victor, 19, and PY3. This is pretty. Oh, this is like a nice navy. There's a color in Deep, Deep Light I really like. It's pigeon blue, and it reminds me of cadet blue. That toned cadet navy blue. It's not quite navy. It's kind of nicer than navy blue. Let's see what happens. This looks like it's a very granulating color with some, from the picture, some undertones. We'll see what pops up here. I'm going to drop some water into it. Then we'll do some water testing here. Oh, that's pretty. We'll see what happens. Ooh. I love when the colors just explode like that when it hits the water. It's a nice effect. And I think I called out the pigments. Yeah, I did. PB74, PV19, and PY3. Okay. And now, I ordered a lot of blues because I didn't have any. And this one's just ultramarine blue. The other one was just French ultramarine, so we'll try the ultramarine green shade. That's lovely. This is ultramarine green shade. gonna run together. That's kind of cool. There we go. Oh, I finished the book yesterday. I read the whole book in one day, and it was called Five People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. Albom is his name. And I think he wrote Tuesdays with Morrie. I think he's written some other books, but it was a really good book. And there were a couple of passages I had to do that, I have those, I usually don't annotate my books because I usually just read, but I wanted to capture those. They were they had me pause and think and feel, and it gives good reminders and perspective. And I did that, and I actually put some of those in my art. That's my catch-all journal, and it's a visual journal. And then I actually wrote a piece so not only did I enjoy the quote, it prompted writing from me, which is wonderful. I used to write a lot, and I used to I had at least one book in me. And I think over the years, I just don't have that anymore. But anyway, it was really interesting. I liked that book. It was good, and it was short. That was nice. Now I'm reading Circe by Madeline Miller. And yeah. Always reading something. Oh, and I'm listening to an audiobook called Margot's Got Money Problems. I think that's the name of it. And it's good. And it's they actually have an Apple TV series based on the book. I didn't know that. I just heard that it was a good book, and so I heard that it was. I think it was it's being narrated by the actress who's in the show. What is her last name? Anyway, I'll look it up later. But she's doing a really good job. I'm enjoying the audiobook. So the audiobook works really well, so I can do other things, and I can get through them quicker because I can listen while I'm painting. I can listen when I'm driving, when I'm doing housework, when I'm staring into space, whatever it is that I'm doing, I can do with an audiobook. But if the narrators aren't good and it's not a well-produced audiobook, it can ruin a book. So I like the experience of actually reading the books, but I also have grown to enjoy a good audiobook. So this is Lunar Blue. Oh, did I tell you what this was? This was ultramarine green shade, and I did not write down the pigment. That's PB. They're all PB29. So ultramarine green shade. This is Lunar Blue. Daniel Smith has Lunar Blue. I wonder if it's similar. I don't think I've ever swatched out my Daniel Smith colors. I have a lot of those. I don't buy them as much as I used to, but okay, Lunar Blue. Some of their shades are some of my favorites. They were kind of almost first in terms of the what is that called? The granulation and the minerals, so they were early, and I think a lot of companies later on started to follow them. Look at this blue. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Drop water. This is gonna, wow. That's so pretty. So magical. It's magical. Ooh, there we go. Trying to save some space over on the end here. I'll use this side. Look at that. Well, I'm glad I got this Lunar Blue. Lunar Blue is a PBK11 and a PB15:3. It's going to be hard to pick a favorite. I think so far, this one is. It's just, wow. I like the Prussian blue a lot too. And I love the cerulean blue and the French ultramarine. Okay, next up we have Edanthron Blue, PB60. I'm going to do that up here. Oh, if any of you watched my last video, I was swatching Jackman's gouache, and I had ordered a spring green, and I was like complaining because it's not my favorite kind of green, but honestly, I thought of something to do with it, and it turned out really good. It's kind of a contemporary, kind of a pop art thing of a watermelon and that green background. It just worked out really, really well. So I did mostly I think it was is it spring green? I think it's called spring green. And then I mixed it a little bit with, I think a leaf green. So, and I did the background, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I'll show it to you when I go to change my water, which, let's see, once I get through, I'm gonna do I have any more blues? I have a couple more blues, and then I will change out my water, and then I'll grab that painting. It was a quick one I did last night. I was like, what am I going to use this green for? And then I had this idea, well, what's complementary? Like a watermelon, and then I think that green might look kind of cool. It's kind of pop art style, which is really fun to work with. And this is what is this color that I'm swatching here? I think it's Edanthron. Edanthron Blue. Okay. PB60. Okay, this one is Cerulean Blue 2. This one I don't think is going to be, let's see, this is PB35. Let me look at the other one. The other one was PB28. So they're, oh no, that's Cobalt Teal. Here's Cerulean Blue. This one, PB36, and this one's PB35. But they're both Cerulean Blue, but this one is regular and this one is blue too. All right. Yeah, quite different tones. I don't know if I put enough paint down. It's quite a bit lighter than the other one. This isn't dry. Yeah, they're quite different. Yep. I don't know if you could see that. I'll show you later. Cerulean. Oh, this is in Dan Throne. I think I'll make it before it gets dark. I have really good windows in my art room. It's really nice. Well, I'm calling it my art room. It's the breakfast room. If I move back to Denver, I'm definitely gonna see if I can get back to Prism. I used to have a studio, Prism Art Studios there in Denver, and I loved it. It was very nice. But shortly after I leased the studio, COVID happened. And then, you know, you couldn't use the studio, and then they finally let people go in. They couldn't interact with anybody. You just had to go in with your mask and leave, even though my studio was closed and I was going to be by myself. But anyway, it was, you know, kind of a very interesting time we were living through during then. So I rented it out, and then I had originally planned to have classes there and do some, you know, teaching and having some, what I love to do is have like a freestyle where people come and they work on whatever projects they want to work on, and, you know, so they have companionship and maybe somebody who can give them, if they want some help with something, or they want another eye on the, you know, on their work. So that was my plan, and that's why I got that kind of, it was a good space, and I had table, it was really nice. I loved it. but then I just I couldn't justify the expense during COVID as the months went on. I did that for a while, and then finally I was like, when it was time to renew, I'm like, well, we thought the COVID, you know, was going to end pretty quick, and it didn't end that quick. So, yeah. So if I move back to Denver, which is a possibility, I'm hoping that they might have another, you know, those studio spaces are not available very often. But sometimes people move on. They need different space, or they retire, or who knows. But anyway, this is the amethyst. Cerulean blue 2. Yeah, life in San Francisco's nice, but I liked shopping and stuff. I think I don't know, I thought that Denver, it's just hard to do things here if you want to use your car. It's hard to get in and out of shopping malls, and I don't know. There's wonderful things about San Francisco that I love and prefer to Denver. Like, I absolutely do not like winter, and we don't have that kind of winter here. We don't have snow. I don't have to worry about that. I love being close to the ocean, the mountains. I mean, this is a beautiful city, but I think, I don't know, the conveniences of where we lived in Colorado, I miss. Shopping in Colorado was actually a lot nicer, and they had really good restaurants. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Denver is a nice Denver metro area, and I have my favorite bookstore, the Tattered Cover. Oh, I can't wait to spend some time. I'm going to be visiting there at the end of the month and the beginning of June, and I'm going to spend some time at the Tattered Cover. If I can remember, I might take some video footage while I'm on vacation. I don't really go anywhere here except to work. I went out the other night for dinner, which was fun. but I've become kind of a bit of a hermit lately. So I don't get out as much as I used to. It's just that they're working on a lot of roads, and the traffic is really bad, and they closed down the Great Highway, which was a major thoroughfare that would get us from this side of town over to another side of town easily without getting stuck on 19th. And now they've shut down 19th Avenue to do repaving. So it's just, I just stay in my little corner of the city for the most part, unless I Uber somewhere. Okay, this is Amethyst. And it is PV19, PB29, and PB35. That's a beautiful purple. It's beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. All right, I'm going to rinse my brush out. I'll be right back. Okay. Our next color I'm going to swatch is Carbon Black. Do I want to, yeah, do Carbon Black. And Carbon Black is PBK7. Now I know Mars Black is a very granulating black. I believe Carbon Black granulates too. It's just Mars Black has a brown undertones, and Carbon Black has more of a gray undertone, which they're both beautiful. And when you add these two other paints, you can make gorgeous granulating muted colors. Yeah. Let's do this. A little bit of water. Touch a little bit there. Carbon Black. I hope you're able to see how gorgeous these are and that you're enjoying these Jackmans. Now these small ones right now, I mean, and they're very highly pigmented, so they'll last a long time. And I think I think they're like about $6 or $7, around $7 for a little tube. I don't have the receipt handy. But if you want to get a few, I imagine the prices will go up later. I think they're kind of introducing them more and more to mass market. So that's probably why they're at a pretty good price point right now. The larger sets are, of course, more expensive. But these, you know, have a decent amount of paint. And they're tiny, but it's a good way to test them out. Without, you know, and you can buy maybe one or two, maybe. I mean, I don't know. This is an interesting time for me because I normally would never be able to spend the kind of money I have this year in the past on art supplies, but because I temporarily have moved here into the home I grew up in, I don't have a mortgage right now, and and I'm sorry. I've owned a couple of homes, but I sold them when I moved out of Colorado, and I don't have rent right now. I mean, that's not going to be forever, but right now I'm kind of in a holding pattern while I'm waiting to see if I get my Spanish citizenship, and that'll give me my EU citizenship, and then I can decide where I want to retire. So it's kind of my plan. So instead, I should be saving more instead of spending on art supplies, but I just can't help myself. I just need to have I don't go out that much anymore. I don't spend on anything. This is my vice. This is really it right now. So this is Payne's Gray, and I get to share my vice with all of you. And hopefully, you know, you can decide, it'll prevent you from buying something that you might not like, because I've tried it out and told you what I think, or you can form your own opinions by looking and seeing if you like the colors, or if you like how the medium performs, if it's for you or not for you, without you having to take the risk. I'm not sponsored by anybody at all. That might come later. That wouldn't, I mean, I don't know about being sponsored, but, you know, get what are those called? I'll get affiliate. I do have affiliate links for things that, like art supplies and stuff that I through Amazon. Eventually I should reach out to Blick and Jackson's, because it doesn't cost anyone anymore. And then if someone likes what they see, they can just go into my description. And oh, I put that's interesting. This is Payne's Gray, and I put the water down first, so you're not really gonna see 100% mass tone on this. I don't know why I was doing that. I wasn't thinking, but this is pretty. Look at that. This is gorgeous. Yeah, and so if you follow the link, then I think we get, it depends, maybe somewhere between 3 and 4% of the purchase price, but it doesn't cost the person anymore to purchase that way. So it just helps. Any little bit helps. So and this is Payne's Gray. So it'll be fun when because I have this channel, when I move, I can share my move. When I start doing more plein air, I can start filming, you know, while I'm out on the road painting. Yeah, Payne's Gray. Kind of a slice of life. Get to see what I'm doing. This is so pretty. Look at this carbon black. My gosh. Oh my gosh, these paints are just killing me. They're just so nice. Wow. All right. You'll have to let me know which ones are your favorite. If you comment, you know, let me know which of the colors that I'm swatching today are some of your favorites. If you like them. If you don't like them, that's fine. They're not for everybody. Mulberry. It's the same thing with books. Oh my gosh, some books, everybody loves certain books, and I go and I go to read it, and I have all my hopes up, and I'm like, I can't even keep my attention, and I get so disappointed. And it's like sometimes having high expectations is the worst thing, because then you end up DNFing, meaning not finishing the book, because I think time's too precious to. I hate not finishing books. I mean, once I start, I want to finish it, but I have so many books at home here and in the that I take out from the library, and books I want to read, that if I'm really not liking something, I'm wasting a lot of time, you know, just trying to slug through something that I'm not feeling. But why I bring that up is that we all have different taste and things that we like. And that's what makes the world a special place and gives variety. Not one opinion, not one idea, not one mind. All right, now that color is mulberry. That'll be perfect for my eggplants. I want to draw eggplants. I've kind of been into like drawing fruits and vegetables. Oh, I'm going to show you my fruit that I did with that spring green yesterday, and other colors. I used I think quinacridone rose. I used, I don't remember the colors. I used a bunch of different gouaches. Mostly Jackman's and Daleroni, and a couple of Holbein, a little bit. I'd love to know where everybody's watching from. If you take a minute and put in the comments where you're, if you, I mean, you don't have to, but it's really fun to see some, I think there's some people that are watching from the Middle East. There's people watching from England, maybe from Denmark or the Netherlands too. I mean, I don't know where people are watching from, but I find it fascinating. I think this is PR. Okay, so this is mulberry. And this is PR177, PB29, and PG7. And the Payne's Gray was PBK6 and PB15. Did I tell you what the carbon black was? Probably not. Carbon black was PBK7. Yeah, I think I did. That's nice. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to put this one to the side, also to dry. And I'll show you. I did this in gouache, so I'm trying to practice working in gouache. And I made a little watermelon. I mean, it's definitely not perfect. And then I had some tape, and when I pulled the tape, it kind of tore the, messed up the paper, but that's okay. It's just for fun, right? But I like this. I like how the watermelon turned out. I think what I found to be key when doing some of these fruits is actually laying down a layer of ultramarine watercolor underneath, especially like concentrating where the shadows are going to be or the darker values, kind of focusing in that area. Why am I doing this? Well, someone's here. I'm going to have to go. That's sad. Oh, well. I'm going to pause. It's a false alarm. Someone else. Onward and upward. Man, I have a lot of colors to get through. All right. Let's do this. This is Perylene Black Green. Perylene Black Green. PBK31. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I don't like splitting videos up into two parts. I don't like having to look for the second part. Like a year later down the line, people have like filmed in two parts, and you'll see the first part or you'll see the second part, like, and it's easy to find. And then it takes forever to try and go through and look for the first part, because if they weren't filmed on the same day, they're not always going to be in the right order when you're looking on YouTube for those things. So anyway, I try not to do that. I want to film all in one shot as best I can. That creates longer videos. Some people like them, some people don't. And moral of the story is you can't please everybody all the time, and trying to do so is futile. But, mean, I'll have some shorter content, but when I'm doing big swatches and paint and demos, it's going to take a while. Because I'm going to do what I like to watch. I really don't like overproduced videos where they're doing the painting and then everything gets sped up really quickly, and it's like, I don't really care for that. Yeah. Because for me, the swatching is seeing the experience of the swatch, seeing how the paint moves. And when you go really quickly, it's just too rushed. I don't catch what I want to see. I have to pause it, rewind it, and anyway. I understand why they do that. And then they do it, and then they show the dried colors and all of that. And, but anyway, I'm just not going to do that. PBK 31. This Perylene black green. PBK 31. Look at that. That's so pretty. All right. Next color is Davies Gray. Quite opaque. Let's see what it says. Semi-opaque. That's so nice. It's a beautiful Davies Gray. I should come up with a different word. I keep saying beautiful. Probably should have a thesaurus next to me so I can like look up variations of words. Ooh, that's a cool design. That is a very cool design in there. Davies Gray. And I think PW6, PG17, and PBK7. Oh, well, the design went away. There was a little circle within the swirl. Okay, next color is going to be, I think I've done Terre Verte, but I'll do it again. I'll do it up here, Terre Verte. It's very subtle green, but I really do like it. I shouldn't have put the water down. Let's do a mass tone next on the top, maybe over here. If you like a lot of pigment, this is not your color, but this is a wonderful color for botanicals, nature. My palm's itchy. Usually that means something. I don't know if left hand, right hand, which one it means, if they are different. One is getting money, one's receiving money, or one's spending money, one's receiving money. I don't know which is which. Terravert. And PG23. I do a little thing here. This isn't gonna move, I just know it. Oh shoot, I just dropped my paint. On my clean pants. At least it's watercolor. I think it'll come out. I hope. And it is PG23. Yeah, this is just not gonna do much over here. All right. That's lovely. Let's do Oxide Black, Lunar Black. Oh, this should be interesting. I haven't worked in oil pastels in a few weeks. I'm kind of missing it. I really found that I really enjoyed it. So I need to work on some oil pastels when I'm not filming. All right, this is Oxide Black, Lunar Black. Oxide Black. PBK11, and it's actually Lunar Black, aka Lunar Black. Yeah, okay. Next color is, I'm going to throw in a, let's see, what is this? Twilight. We'll do Twilight next. Oh, wait. Twilight is PBK11 and PBR6. Now this reminds me of a little bit of like a Mars black, because it's got the brown undertone. Okay, Twilight. Oof. We're getting close to the, we're not getting close. Who am I kidding? All right, we have quinacridone rose. Let's do quinacridone rose. And quinacridone rose is PV19. PV19. Oh, I know what I need to look for on this one. I think this is semi-transparent. That's interesting. When something says semi-opaque, and seems to me that the semi-transparent ones are more opaque than the semi-opaque ones. Maybe in my mind I have it mixed up on what that means. Okay. This is not a favorite color of mine. I'd have to mix it with stuff. That's good. It's a rose color. I would dilute it a lot. It's almost like a gouache. All right, that's quinacridone rose. And did I tell you that's PV19? Yeah. Next one is clematis. I had the most beautiful clematises growing in my backyard in the other house. Different ones, different colors, very pretty. And because of the winter, you know, they go dormant, and then in the spring they would come to life. Very beautiful. Now I like this color more, this clematis. It's starting to get a little dim. I don't want to have to use artificial light though. Let's see. Yeah, I might. Well, I'm going to use it for now. clematis. PR 254 and PR 122. Okay. And here we have hollyhock. There's a theme going on here. These are flowers. Hollyhock. And hollyhock is PR 101, PR 170, and PR 122. Semi-opaque. I'll be the judge of that. Okay, hold on. Clematis. What does it say here? Semi-transparent. Well, that one is transparent. This one looks so opaque to me. I don't know. Okay. This is interesting. This almost looks like a, not terracotta, but looks like a brick red or Venetian red. That's what it looks like to me. What do I know? Okay. That's a pretty color. Hollyhock. And hollyhock is PR 101, PR 170, and PR 122. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. This is permanent rose. That's so pretty. I actually kind of like doing the water this way where it touches and see how it runs together. I kind of might do that going forward. Kind of like that. I like it. This is permanent rose. Ooh, this has to be transparent. Nope, semi-transparent. It's pretty transparent. Permanent rose. That's pretty. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Did I give you the pigments on this? PV19. All right. English red oxide. Now this is like a terracotta. Oops. Like a brick red. touch. Oops, a little too much. This seems pretty opaque to me, but English, red, oxide. PR 101. Okay. Okay, let me carry this over here 1 second. The last piece of paper I cut, I don't think, am I going to be able to fit them all? I'm not sure. Okay. Indian red oxide. I need to change my water after this. Indian red oxide. Indian red oxide is PR 101. Natural red oxide. And natural red oxide is PR 102, semi-opaque. That's like Indian clay. Indian clay, American Indian, Native American. That's what they call the color. I don't think it's Indy. I mean, wait a minute, what did I just do? Oh no, the other one, this was Indian red oxide. This is natural red oxide. Okay. And this is PR 102. I don't know why I'm writing that down. I'm going to go switch water. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm getting hungry. I want to finish this so I can make dinner. I plan to make spaghetti tonight. Since I'm not going out for Mother's Day, I figured I would make something that I like to eat, that I hardly... My oldest daughter hates pasta. She won't, since she was a kid, She's never liked any kind of pasta. She doesn't like the texture. She won't try it again. I mean, she's just so obstinate about that. So if I want to go to Italian food, my younger daughter absolutely loves Italian food, loves pasta, lives on that. The other one, absolutely not. So, yeah, I'm craving pasta tonight, and I'm alone, so I can make it and not upset anybody. This was, hold on, natural red oxide. Let me put this here. Okay. All right, and now we have Perylene Maroon. Ooh, that's cool. Some of my favorite YouTubers, well, two of my favorite YouTubers are Lily Moon and Natasha Newton, and they kind of inspired me to do this. So for years, you know, I've been like, what would be a good thing that I can do while I'm working still? And yeah, so one of these days, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll meet them in person. Who knows? Never know. You never know what life will bring. Okay, Perylene Maroon. They're like, isn't that funny? They're like celebrities to me. I really love, I belong to their Patreons, and with, I can never do the live drawing sessions with Natasha because of the hours, and it's just not convenient for me to do. So, but before the tariffs and everything happened, Lily Moon would send these care packages to certain levels of her Patreon, and I looked so forward to receiving these delightful, beautiful, special little packets that she specially curated and packed and sent out all over the world, and I thought that was so magical. I mean, one of these days, hopefully, this nonsense of tariffs and all this ridiculousness will end, and we can go back to life as we had it before, in terms of being able to do free commerce between countries. And yeah, it's, honestly, the consumer is the one who's paying for it. Whoever's making money, it's not us. This didn't help me any. Again, back on the same thing. Like, I'm really not comfortable or happy about, not that anybody's ever happy to pay taxes. I don't mind paying my state taxes, but my government does not represent me, and they're not, the money that we're spending is not going to the things that it needs to go to. It's going to wreak havoc, destruction, and death all across the world in a very criminal fashion. So, yeah, I'm not happy about my government paying and having to pay taxes to them, because that money that I work hard for, that I have to fork over, is going to something I am so against. I can't even believe it. I'm like, so, it just, I filed an extension because I'm just so sick about it. I just don't even want to do it. But anyway, I have to, because I don't want to go to debtor's prison. All right, PR 179. That's what Pearly Maroon, and that is a beautiful color. I think, am I gonna have to turn the light on? Oh, goodness. Burnt Umber. Can I do a YouTube from prison? Debtor's prison? Is that what they call it when you don't pay your taxes? I've always paid my taxes, and I'll pay my taxes. I just protesting. And we're not helping people. We're just cutting services left and right, taking people off health care, off food stamps that need it. It's just horrible. It's like, instead we're just spending like trillions of dollars to give tax breaks to billionaires and keep building up the military complex and sending weapons and money to an outlaw state that's just wreaking havoc all over the region. So anyway, just horrible. Yep. All right, this is Burnt Umber, and Burnt Umber is PBR6. I talk about different things because, I mean, I'm sitting here for over an hour painting. I have to talk about something other than just watching paint dry, literally. So anyway, here we go. We're going to touch that. And Burnt Umber. Interesting. Okay. All right. I have how many colors left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I've done some of these colors already. Ugh, okay, well, which ones have I not done? I haven't done Chrome Oxide Green. I don't know if I know I've done Raw Sienna. I'm not going to do it again. I haven't done Green Gold. I don't know. I'll do this until I run out of space. How's that? I don't know if I've done these colors yet in a prior video or not. Okay. Let's go to Sap Green. I'll do Sap Green up here on top. And Sap Green is PG7, PY83, and PB29, and it is semi-transparent. I know I didn't call it out for all of the other colors. Sorry, but, you know. What color is that? Sap Green, okay. I like that. That's a nice sap green. Some sap greens are not that natural looking. And PG7, PY83, and PB29. Natural yellow ochre. I gotta lay water down. Oh, the smoke alarm, carbon dioxide alarm, battery's low, it's chirping in the other room. It's distracting me. I don't think you can hear it though. Okay. And this is, what did I say it was? Natural yellow ochre. And it is PY43. And it is opaque. I don't get it. That doesn't look opaque to me. That looks transparent. So go figure. I'm gonna go press the button on that smoke alarm. I'll be back. Okay. Let's see. Next color I'll do is chrome oxide green. Then once these are dry, I will take final piece of my video and talk a little bit about the colors, like show some of my favorites, because I really kind of think they should dry fully to give my final opinion. And I'll take pictures at the end. Usually chrome oxide green's opaque, and it says it's opaque. There we go. I agree with that. And that was PG17. Chrome oxide, green. I'm going to do green gold now. And green gold is PY 129. And it is semi-transparent. Oops, I forgot my water testing. Well, it just kind of all blends together. Green gold. PY 129. All right. Okay, this one is East. Oh my gosh. Isoindandolene. No, isoindolino. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Isoindolin. Isoindolindone. I don't know how to. Isoindolindone yellow. My God, what a name. Whoever came up with that name, not good. Okay. This is, I know it's some kind of pigment. I know it's not a real name, obviously. Pigment PY 139. It's like orangey yellow. And the pigment number is PY 139. Okay, let me spell it out. Oh gosh. Isolinone yellow. Lordy, lordy. Okay. And I think, so which one am I going to do? I've already, yeah, I think I'll do the golden, should I do the golden ochre or the spring green? I'm going to do the golden ochre. And golden ochre is PY43. No time for mixes today. I don't do a lot of mixes. I mean, on video. I mean, obviously I mix on my palette constantly and on my paper. So, this Pearly Maroon is beautiful. Wow, look at this effect. This is nice. Okay. All right, it is going to be time. Should I do the last three? What do you guys? Oh, and then I have this gouache. It's okay. I think it's just a yellow ochre. It's nothing fantastical. Do I have a sheet I can do this on without wasting a whole piece of paper? Oh, the back of this is pretty dry, so I'll do a few on this back side. Okay. Raw sienna. I mean, since I've gotten this far, I might as well finish, right? And this is, I love this raw sienna. This one's kind of granular. It's a little grainy. Very earthy. Yes. There's divots and dips in this paper from the other side, from the water. This is a very thin paper. I like to swatch on this paper because I like the texture. It's just not thick. And this is raw sienna, and it is PR101 and PR42. Transparent. Okay. Spring green. I swatched this in gouache, was it yesterday or the day before? And I really, was it this one or was it another one? It was a green that I swatched I really didn't care for. And so I ended up mixing it a little bit with another yellowish green and did my watermelon background with it. And also used it for some of the rind. Very useful. No, I like this green actually. This is a good, I mean, obviously, I like it because I'm finding a lot of use for this type of green. It's not like my favorite, like gorgeous muted green, but it is a wonderful, useful green for like when you're doing grasses, the underside, the highlights, the leaves. Also, you know, obviously you can mix this into darker colors, but this isn't the green that I was really not happy with. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it was a gouache, so it's different. Spring green. And spring green is PG7 and PY3. I definitely love my, you know, the muted colors. It's like a preference, you know, and I don't know, just, but I have an appreciation for all colors, especially as I'm doing more pop art and contemporary art in my sketchbooks, and some of these like modern type fruits and vegetables. And you know, I'm gonna do like a purse, I'm gonna do shoes, I'm gonna do basics. Like in this square I have a fried egg. Where's my little thing? I started doing them the other day and I hadn't finished, and I was doing them mostly in, well, different medium, but I'm gonna do these actually in pastel. So I did these in pastel, very bright. Here's somebody. It's kind of almost done here. Okay, this is spring green. And the last one is azo yellow. I'm pretty sure I have these. I know I have this, and I think I have that one already. These I did buy extras of some of the ones I really thought I was going to use a lot of, while the price is, you know, introductory or discounted. They say it's discounted. I think it is. So this is azo yellow. This is similar to Winsor Newton's transparent yellow. Let me tease out the golden part. Yeah, this is very similar to Winsor and Newton's transparent yellow, which is a favorite of mine. Not quite the same, but similar. Where did I put the azo yellow? Okay, azo yellow, and the pigment is PY150. Azo yellow. Alright, I do have one from Holbein that I got that is a watercolor. It's Bork's Parrot Pink. I'll do it. It's quite a fancy color. And the pigment here is, okay, this, every place marks them in different places. So it's PY 159, B as in boy, V10, and PR 122. And you'll see, I think there's like yellow and orange in here. It's really a really interesting color. Okay, let me look, check it. I don't know how light fast it is though. That's the problem. I would say a lot of these kinds of pinks are not particularly light fast. But I might get surprised. Let's look here. And this color is on the light fastness rate. Oh, it's a 3 for light fastness, so it's good. That's not bad. Okay. Well, these will dry, and I'll be back to film the end of this video once they're all dry and wrap up the show. All right, be back. Okay, these took hours and hours, and they're still not fully dry, but I need to go to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. There's still a little bit of moisture on here. So let's see what we've got. I don't know if I can get all of these at the same, I don't think I can get all of these in the same shot at all, but let's see. So this lunar blue is wonderful. I really like, oh, what's that one? That one is, it is a sky one. I don't remember the name of it. I guess I'll have to look. The name of, I forgot to write that one in. It is, oh Lord, okay. I missed that one. Let's see. It is something sky. It's not Petal Shadow. I don't think so. Is it? Maybe. Did I write down Petal Shadow anywhere? This might be Petal Shadow. I know I swatched it. So if I didn't write it down anywhere, then that's what that one is. Yeah. Okay. So this is Petal Shadow. Let me write that in. Okay. All right, so I think favorites, this Perylene Maroon, and I do like this Burnt Umber a lot, and this Green Gold, and this Natural Yellow Ochre is nice. I mean, well, they're all nice, so it's going to be hard to pick. It just depends on what you're going to make. I do like this Petal Shadow. Lunar Blue, definitely. What do we have here? Amethyst, it's gorgeous. Payne's Gray, this is beautiful Payne's Gray. Look at this Mulberry. Carbon Black. Carbon black is nice, but I liked it more when it was wet. I think I like the oxide black more. The perylene black, definitely. And this twilight, I really like that. On that page, so twilight, perylene black, oxide black, Payne's gray here, mulberry. I mean, it's really hard to pick favorites. I think I'm missing a page. Where did I think I'm missing a page. Oh yeah, there's something on the back of something. Ah, there we are. Oh no, this was Petal Shadow, so that's not Petal Shadow. That is, oh goodness, it's not Stormy Sky, I don't think. Watch, it's going to be the last one I pull out of here. Lavender. Were any of you yelling at me from your couch saying, "You didn't write down that name"? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it's got to be here somewhere. This is crazy that I can't find it. Oh, Summer Clouds. That's what that is. Summer Clouds. Okay. Mystery Salt. All right. This mulberry is really lovely. I'm not normally a big purple person, but that's a purple black, lunar blue. I do like this Summer Clouds. I mean, I like all of them. Let's go back here. I really like this cerulean. It's a very teal looking cerulean. As far as ultramarines, this is my favorite, definitely. It's weird that this says French ultramarine deep, yet this one was deeper. And this Prussian blue is gorgeous. And let's see. Anything else stand out to me? This cobalt teal's nice. The sap green is a nice sap green. And this green gold. And I love this perylene maroon. It's very pretty. So, where's the perylene black? Oh, this, yeah, the perylene black is also a favorite. Yep. So if you can think of it, go ahead and list your favorites in the comments below. And thanks so much for joining me. And again, happy Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, whenever you're watching this. I hope you have a happy day. Bye-bye.